Hello, LinkedIn and YouTube family. Welcome to today's insightful and interactive session. We are living in an era where software development has been democratized. Low code, no code, LCNC you can call. The low code, no code platforms have made it possible for anyone to build applications at an incredible speed. But here is the paradox. Can business truly balance rapid innovation with strict data privacy regulations? Is agility coming at the cost of compliance? We have an industry expert with us today, Srikanth Natarajan, a digital transformation consultant, an IITian, CEO at Sun Capio, and my ex-colleague at Wipro. Srikanth, welcome to this session.
Hey, Damodar, it's wonderful to see you in person, and what an opportunity to reconnect and re-network. Brings me back my uh, very fond memories of our Wipro days,
Right?
especially in manufacturing while we were there.
Yeah.
And very glad to be part of this show. Thank you for inviting, and show is all yours. Go ahead, fire off.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's talk about uh, can rapid development and data privacy coexist, right? Srikanth, let's address a major question.
Mhm.
Do speed and security have to be trade-offs? Many business believe that prioritizing compliance will slow down innovation. What is your take?
Damodar, that is that is a myth. Okay. It is, if you look back before the LCNC or low code, no code revolution that began, we are used to doing traditional software development, right?
Yeah,
So, one thing is very common between the two, which is the design phase,
right.
right? Where you do the system design, you do the requirements gathering for at a system level, and data. How do you store data? How do you uh, address privacy concerns of data? How do you secure data? Is common to both. Only the build is different. You build one way in low code, no code, you build another way in normal application development. So even if you are going for a low code, no code application build, your um, idea of software privacy, software data protection are the same. The only challenge is in the hurry to build the application, sometimes you may not think about them upfront because low code, no code, everybody perceives it as speed. It is not about speed, it's about productivity.
Yeah,
Speed is different, productivity is different. Okay. And there are also a few things that you might want to consider in this whole thing. Who is doing this low code, no code application development for you? So typically it will be people who are less technical, who want to get into coding, who want to get into application building. So that could be a shadow IT team, or it could be slightly inexperienced resources who may not think through all this. So they might straight away go to building the screens, writing the logic, showing the customer the application, and thinking about data privacy, data protection, data management as an afterthought.
yeah,
That could be one of the concerns. Second concern is like a typical application does not just in today's world only reside in itself. It has a lot of interfaces. It might be talking to Salesforce, it might be talking to SAP, it might be talking to other third party
right.
application through API. So anytime you are transferring, exchanging data over APIs, there is a risk of data exposure. Okay, so you have to be very careful about how do you connect to tools through low code, no code, and this philosophy is same as the old one, but again, it has to be built into the design. You can't say, "Let me think later." Okay, so this is very important. Third area is when you actually have there are different types of platforms in low code, no code also. One is the pure platform where the low code, no code development environment, database, hosting, everything is managed by the low code, no code provider. So what you do is you build your application in the cloud, you deploy.
Yeah,
But the environment is provided by the provider. There you don't have much say on how the database will look like, what you can do, what you can't do. So you have to take care of the data privacy yourself. Okay. But in some other low code, no code platforms, the entire thing is deployable by you. You have control over the database, you have control over the code, you have control over some part of it, so that even though it is low code, no code, you still have control over your data policies. So it's very important to review the low code, no code scenario, who are the vendors, who are the providers, and see how they can help you in complying to your data privacy policies, whether it be HIPAA, whether it is GDPR, whether it is any other standard that you want to look at, how that tool or the platform is able to help you. So these are three considerations that I just thought of my mind. So
Absolutely.
I think that's a good start for you to go forward, I guess. Yeah.
Exactly. And rightly you said, many business treat compliance as a afterthought, right? But they pay the price later.
Yeah.
Privacy must be part of the low code, no code DNA, not just
Correct.
a feature added at the end. No. Have you seen
Correct.
companies that successfully balance both?
Oh, many. Yes, especially in the insurance sector, in the banking sector that I've been consulting and working with the last few years. Uh, as I said, when if your approach is to make sure that you design with these policies in the back of the mind, the platform does support. It does help you in understanding what are your requirements. For example, let's take a very simple example. You have a form in which you are asking for social security number. Right? You're filling up a car loan application.
Right.
You have a social security number, and you type in 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Hit enter. It goes and sits in the database.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you know that database is secure? Then nobody else is able to see that. Nobody else has access to that.
Right.
And even if it is displayed on the screen later, you should see XXX dash XXX dash 1 2 3 4. Right. So this is data masking. If you don't think through before, the low code platform itself may not be able to tell you unless it is AI enabled, saying that you are typing something customer sensitive information. Please don't do it.
Yeah.
This is where experience comes into picture, and this is where those low code no code platforms which have built in AI powered access control or built in automated policy enforcement,
Right.
or they can take specification from you and say, do this kind of data masking, do this kind of data redacting while showing
Right.
it on reports or on an invoice or a bill. Then what happens? You can leverage the platform to actually support the data policy.
Correct.
So definitely yes, most of the low code no code platforms are giving these feature, but there are some which are where your control is more and some where their control is little less. So you have to do your research. You have to thoroughly understand this part. As you rightly said, many people think about this when there is a problem,
Yeah.
not before when they are building a solution.
Correct.
Right. So solution design in the low code no code is no different from any other traditional platform. Just that you should not escape it or you should not bypass it in the initial stage. Yeah, go ahead.
Well said, Srikanth.
Hmm.
So let's talk about the common privacy pitfalls in low code, no code environments. So many business think we are using an low code, no code platform, so security is handled automatically or privacy is handled automatically, right? But that is far from the truth. Let's highlight some of the biggest privacy pitfalls in low code, no code development. Srikanth.
That's that's a tough question, but you are rightly said that our assumption is that because we are doing point and click design and development, we are just writing not much code, so the platform is assuming that the platform will do everything.
Yeah.
But the platform also has got two main components. One is the database where they're storing all your data, and one is your screen and logic where you're processing all your data. Right?
Right.
Unless you ask the platform vendor and unless you cross check with the platform vendor, you will not be able to make that assumption. You should not make that assumption.
Yeah.
Some do, some don't. So when you are doing a selection of the low code, no code, please make sure that this is there in your checklist. Ask them, are you secure? How are you securing my data? For example, the database itself could be encrypted, right? They could be using SSH keys, they could be using encryption, all of the things they're doing. But let's say if I have a personally identifiable piece of information, like social security number or a phone, unless you tell the database that encrypt this, it will not do. Why should it do? Because I described it as a text field.
Right.
I'll put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and save it. unless I tell that this field has to be encrypted, this field should not be visible to anybody, including the database administrator at the back end, even to the LC no code vendor, then you're not taking care of privacy. So you have to do that. Second major area is you have any system has users and it has roles.
Yeah.
Administrator role, user role, manager role, leader role. So the right information has to be visible to the right person. Right? So data privacy is what? Your data I should not be able to see if I am not authorized to see.
Correct.
Right? I should be able to see only what I am supposed to see, only the last 4 digits of your social security number. That's all, not the whole. Right? So you should be designing the system in the low code in such a way that your access control is very robust. The right person should be able to see only the right data, edit the right data, add the right data, data management around roles and users. Second thing is that you should not put any hard coded sensitive data in anywhere, like even normal programming. Many people put keys, API keys, or any other thing which is easily exposed on the platform. So when in doubt, if you think that you are having a doubt, ask the platform vendor, hey, I'm going to put this data. How is this data going to be safe inside your system? Okay, will it be hacked? Or if somebody takes away your database, will I lose this data? Ask. Most of them have very good technical engineers. They will come to your rescue. They will tell you, hey, do it like this. Our mistake is we don't ask, we assume.
Yeah.
Because we think low code, no code means easy. No, not easy. It is productive, not easy.
Absolutely.
Third, as I mentioned to you already, we all will live in an integrated environment. So most of the systems use some kind of API integration. They can be XML based API integration. They can be normal JSON based RESTful API service integration, where you are taking, let's say, for example, I have a screen where I'm capturing all my user information and I want a quotation for a car insurance. Right?
Yeah.
I can build this low code, no code screen. I put all of this information, I say submit. It will send a request to the insurance company. It will get the competitive quote and show it to me. How are you assured that the information that I entered in the screen is going securely to that server and whatever it is giving is coming back to me securely? How? Who guarantees it? Did you ask? Did you verify?
Yeah.
So it's our responsibility to take care of our data privacy, our data protection. It is not low code. No, they will do that at the platform level. If they are hosted on AWS or if they are hosted on Google or if they are hosted on premises, they will do some level of database level privacy, database level security, OS level security. All that is taken care of. But the actual application level data privacy and application level data security is still responsibility of the developer. Okay. The last of them is a very interesting topic. Since most of these are SaaS applications and applications tend to be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, especially if you're an insurance application, it might run for 25 years. If it's a life insurance policy, 100 years.
Yeah.
So how long will you retain my data?
Correct.
Okay. What is the data retention policy? Where are you going to keep my data?
Yeah.
Let's say I'm not in the company anymore, or my company itself is gone.
Yeah.
What happens to my data? Who is responsible? Right? So data retention policies, retention guidelines, especially if I delete it, a customer says, I don't want you, I don't want your policy, please remove me from your database. How are you assuring that customer that yes, you have removed it from the database? What is your data retention policy? What is the data backup policy? Let's say somebody hacked it, some system crashed. How do you recover the data? All of these are policies and procedures related to data, which you will have to build whether you are building low code, no code, or whether normal code. But on low code, no code, you have more responsibility because part of the system is not controlled by you. It is the vendor of the low code, no code who is giving you the platform. So you have to talk to them. You have to bring up these in your checklist. Make sure that you have the right answers and then go ahead and select the right challenge. So these are some of the common privacy pitfalls that you might have.
Absolutely. And that is a ticking time bomb, right? Let's say business using low code, no code platform need to ask, where is our data flowing? Who has access to it? Now, how are you processing? Are we compliant with global privacy law like GDPR or India DPDP, CPRA, PIPEDA, many coming up? So what is your take on it?
See, One thing is for sure, it won't slow down the overall growth just because you
Okay.
ask these questions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so because by definition, low code, no code only accelerates the development process. It does not
Mm-hmm.
reduce it. So if you, let's say, if you were taking 100 hours before, you will do at least in 60, 70 hours, if not zero, right? And many times what happens is that you will have guardrails in place. You'll have multiple guardrails, your own checklists in place. You will work with the low code, no code vendor. So you have to take out time to do this design upfront. Never do this as an afterthought. Afterthought is always too late. You'll be fixing, right?
Yeah.
So as I said, many of them will will be have, or you take for example, you're running a company, right? Like Data Safeguard is one of the pioneers in this area. So if I'm in doubt, I will go to you and I'll take a consulting. I'll say, hey, DSI, tell me what are the things that I should take care before selecting a system. So maybe you will give a small consulting exercise and I say, hey, do this, do this, do this. If your market is GDPR or European market, you should do this. If you're in the US market, you should do this. If you're in India market, you should do this. These are your thing, because low code, no code will do their part of the security. Most of them are ISO 27000 certified. Most of them
Yeah.
will have GDPR, some kind of certification for their part.
Right.
But for the application and your part, you still have to consult somebody who's an expert in that area. So that's where you can help. Definitely, I'm sure. So
Absolutely. No, I think great insight. So now let me ask you the next. How can business integrate privacy by design without losing the agility that low code, no code promises?
I have a very old saying in computer science: "Junk in is equal to junk out."
Okay.
Okay, that is true and valid even today in the AI age.
Yeah.
You give a junk prompt to any AI tool, it will give you junk output,
Correct.
right? So if you don't build your data structure,
Hmm.
data policies, data rules and regulations before you start, the result will always be the same,
Hmm.
right? So we are not compromising agility. Agility does not mean close your eyes and drive. No,
Right.
speed is not everything. If you go on a highway, speed and don't care about rules, regulations, how other people are driving, you know where you will end up.
Yeah.
So agility is responsible driving. So the responsibility of your data, your customers' data is yours. Low code, no code only support you. They'll offer the tools and technology to support you. They will not take ownership, and they should not. It's your
Yeah.
data. Right? I want to ask CC SSN number, I will ask. I'll ask credit card number, I'll ask. If I have a credit card information on my system, I should be PCI DSS compliant. That's my responsibility to get that compliance, right? So again, look at what you can do to improve the situation. First thing you can do is you can take some kind of collaboration with data safeguarding companies,
Okay.
and you can embed your privacy policy, privacy related aspects into LCNC adoption process.
Yeah.
You take training, take awareness, see which are all the certifications you require, what kind of data is required, how it has to be integrated. Take advice from industry experts. Safest way. You spend 10 rupees upfront, you save 100 rupees later. You
Yeah.
save the 10 rupees first, you'll pay the 90 rupees later. I'm
Correct.
sorry, I'm using rupees, but it could be dollars. Okay.
Dollar. Or euro.
Yeah. The second is that now a lot of tools are coming up. Now this is the era of AI, right? Everything is AI. So
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously the data privacy, data guarding tools also have leveraged a lot of AI at the back end. For example, I am a bank. I have a mobile application that does money transfer between my accounts.
Right.
Where is this customer data stored? It is stored in some database at the backend.
Yeah.
How do I know that that database and that application is secure from a data point of view?
Mhm.
So if I give the database to an AI data privacy checker and tell me what are the problems in this database. This is not encrypted. That is not encrypted. This is not in at rest. It is not encrypted. It's not encrypted on the API. Whatever. It'll
Yeah.
throw a report. And
Right.
AI is very good at doing that. Okay, I heard somewhere that DSI is also leveraging AI for many of your redaction tools and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. We are a AI
I'm
powered
yeah.
company. We have our own
So
patent. Yeah. It's a
yeah,
custom built.
yeah,
Yeah. Well said.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good. Go
I think I saw that somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is using the AI powered tools, the second area.
Mhm.
Right. Third thing is basically not just at the beginning and not just at the end. Data management, data privacy management is a continuous process because you are working with people, you are working with teams, you are working with customer, you are working with third-party vendors. It is your responsibility to continuously monitor through audits, through checks, and that's where people like me, we have done some career in doing audits. So when you do an audit continuously, you are monitoring, are you sure, are you secure, and doing checkpoints and samples, you are more likely not to mess up things. Okay, so regular continuous monitoring is one very important thing. And then before you go too deep, try to standardize your access controls. Ask your customer what data should be visible. Let's say if you are developing an application for a bank, okay, ask them what are the compliance and regulatory requirements. This will save a lot of time and your low code development process will accelerate. Once you start, if you stop, then low code becomes a bigger pain than normal code. Low code should have a neat, clean path. You should not break, stop, turn. No. Once you decide nicely, cleanly design your thing and go. Yes, it definitely helps you recover from errors and recover from issues quickly because there is not much of traditional coding, build, test, deploy, debug kind of scenario. But at the same time, do not get into that without a proper design. Always please make sure that you do design.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are some of the areas where you can, absolutely you can be very agile. You need not compromise your agility, but you have to take care of building privacy into the design process. So privacy by design is a very good practice to do in today's world because we are highly exposed to social media and any mistake that we do is very brutal. Yeah, please.
Absolutely. No, brilliant points, Srikanth. And rightly you said we must shift from reactive compliance to proactive privacy engineering. And the companies that master this will earn customer trust and stay ahead of the regulation, right? And also you mentioned that the future of digital transformation is not just about moving fast, it is about moving fast and secure. You've given that example, right? Highway or freeway driving, right? Agility. And I have been also keenly following the progress made in this field. And and you rightly mentioned data safeguard, DSG, we call it in short form. And of course, our solution leverage them. And rightly say we are a AI-powered privacy management platform suite of products. Not only one product, we have 7 products, right? Starting from universal consent management to you talk about confidential data discovery, then your privacy impact assessment, confidential data redaction. You also touch upon the masking, then the DSAR, data subject access request, compliance audit, all put together is a DPM, data privacy management. Yeah. So thank you so much. It's a what a I really love the interaction with you. And anyway, I know you for a while during our earlier engagement when we are in Wipro, right? And the key takeaway from today's session is that privacy is not a blocker; it's a competitive advantage. And business that prioritize privacy built trust, credibility, and long-term success. To everyone watching, here is your challenge. Are your low code, no code applications privacy ready? Do you have guardrails to protect customer data, like Srikanth mentioned about it? So let's keep the conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We will try to answer you back. And tag your colleagues who should be thinking about data privacy in low code, no code development. And also follow Srikanth and me for more insights on AI, digital transformation, and data privacy. Srikanth, what is your final thought?
No, I think we are at the right time at the right place given given the current market scenario and uh, heavy digitization of almost everything, right? Definitely, we need to take care of data just as if it is a gold or silver on your hand, and it's so precious. Data is everything. Data is the new oil, right? It's a
Yeah.
very common thing that you have heard many times. Data is a new oil. Data is a new gold. So To all the friends out there, this is a great subject. It's a wonderful area to work in. I continuously am learning. I'm growing as we discover more things. And Damodar, thank you very much once again. It was wonderful to connect with you after a long time. Um, but all the best for you and Data Safeguard. I'm sure you guys will do very well. Best wishes, and we will keep in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you, Srikanth, for your wonderful time. I know you are in US and you are camping here. Safe flight back to India. I know you are a Hyderabadi.
Yeah, sure. Anytime, anytime.
Okay, so audience, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to comment. We'll try to answer you back. And until next time, stay innovative, stay secure, and keep leading the future. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thank you.